Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dice, Drinks, and Drama, Season 4. I am your Dungeon Master, Johnny Fuck. Let us meet all of our fabulous cast.
Hello, my name is Devren Bryant. I play Walker in Summer, a Tabaxi rogue swashbuckler who has been a pirate captain, president of an entire nation, an Aboleth slave for like 3 seconds, and just can't wait to figure out what he's gonna get into next. That's only like 3 lives. He's got like 6 more left.
Oh, nice. Speaking of multiple lives, hi, I'm Zëk Stewart. I'm playing Euclid Clausen, who has sold his soul twice. Once to his original patron, who he thought died, but it turns out the power of that patron went to an old night hag, who now controls his, maybe part of his soul? We'll find out. My current actual patron is my former character, right? Scammer Horn. And I'm a wild magic warlock with worms in my face. Deal with it. There you go.
Hi, I'm Carter Scott Horton. I play Finnegan Barry Bramble, a stout halfling, draconic origin sorcerer. My great-great-grandpappy, Bilmer Ray Barry Bramble, solicited a dragon, Thavaberoff. We recently found out last season is her name. She lives here in the frozen north, which is why I look a little bit like Tiny Tim, apparently. That was the poll we did right before we went live. Yeah, that's Finn. He's looking for his dad and his great-great-grandma.
And I'm Vic Priano, and I play Guinevere Groveheart, the Circle of Dreams druid, but it's really nightmares, and there's a lot of Monster Factory going on in here at the moment. I've definitely encouraged most of the death, have no accountability for it, and my mom might as well have been a startup founder for Goop. Oh, and I'm a drow druid. I think I said that.
We meet the group at the end of a long, multi-week sea journey, crossing the sea from the distant southwest to the far northeast. Just now, the winds have begun chilling. Little floes of ice can be seen to the north. It is beginning to freeze and get colder and colder. Speaking of which, apparently a small tragedy has struck the crew, and they are discussing the ramifications of that. I bring us to the crew of the Garbage Pail in the captain's quarters.
Because it's freezing. It's awful up here. How's it?
He's...
What?
Oh.
Oh.
How would you say you usually honor your dead? And again?
Barrows?
Barrows?
See,
Barrows.
what about a snack?
No, what? No. You are not. That is where I draw the line.
I feel like if you're
And
honoring the
halflings?
whole body, ascension, we're using all of him. He lived his life on Earth. And then
That is not. No.
Walker.
There's
We put
not
him
another
at the
point.
bottom of a hill, and then
So we're just
we
going
worship
to
Yandal.
throw him off of the ship, and then something else is going to get to eat him.
I'm just saying,
I'm just-
nutrition.
Wouldn't you rather it be somebody you know?
No, I'd rather nobody eat him. Are we certain this halfling is dead? Huh?
Can you do that?
No.
To know somebody who can? Oh,
That's,
We've all met some very weird people.
that is
especially-
true. Yeah.
Apparently Zeke is muted.
Well, I found the halfling frozen to the deck upstairs. There you go. That was loud
Alright.
music in my room. I'm sorry.
Well,
I think one of the weirdest people that I met last time is that aboleth creature that tried to, turn me. Which is,
Yeah.
I feel why I should be able to eat like one thing.
I think so.
That's a terrible argument.
Are you sure?
Positive. That's a bad argument, right?
Okay, well, how about I am president of an entire kingdom, so I should be able to try one of the finest delicacies at least once.
You do not get to pull diplomatic immunity for cannibalism.
I feel like
Hey.
I was backing most of what you were saying until you tried to use your honorific to go about it. If you would have just been like, I'm hungry and I don't know what my next meal is, I would have been like, yeah, go for it. Let's honor it. But no.
We have food, right, guys?
Well, it's getting a
Yeah?
little low down there. I've been checking the stores. They're getting a
Is
little
it
low.
so low that we're gonna start eating people?
Look, I just want to throw this out here.
Gone pretty low.
You kind of sacrificed a lot of them, like their souls, to hell. A lot of your halfling friends. Not.
We're not friends at the time, and I didn't sacrifice them. I didn't think about it when I did it.
You didn't think about it. Yeah.
So if we're
Which is kind of a
thinking-
silver lining, right? It's better than you implicating that I meant to do it.
Well,
I don't know. I feel like we've really thought about it and that it's a good idea and that Walker's hungry and that
I just remember that time I came back from that demon, and you were standing over a pile of, I think it was fried halfling, was it not? And it just smelled so delicious. I don't understand why we can't have at least one bite.
Uncomfortable silence is broken by a cracking shot on the crow's nest, yelling, Lando!
Well,
then we can bury
find
it.
something.
There we go.
We'll find a restaurant or something.
So, you stumble out onto the deck, and you see in the distance the great white cliffs that are the edge of the frozen wastes of the north. And built into the side of it is a vast dwarven port called Khak-Mâr. It is the only remaining dwarven port, one of only two extant dwarven cities, it is bustling with activity, highly automated. You see all manner of mechanical contraptions, elevators, monorails. The whole thing is vastly more technological than most of what you're used to, right? And you see a dock rising from the water, preparing to acclimate your ship. You've still got a few minutes to discuss your plans in the frozen north before you arrive.
this seems like one of the first times we've ever been almost welcomed.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
This seems
Yeah.
nice.
Now, remember, when we get here, no one is to use my name, okay? Walker and Summer is in Tekatawada.
So who are you now?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Who am I right now?
And you know, I think that'd be a really fun thing to get audience suggestions for. Right? Audience suggestions. Do you guys have any suggestions for Walker in Summer's pseudonym?
Strider in Winter.
I
like
like
Strider
I was gonna
Winter.
say Runner in Winter is what popped into my mind.
Got
Yeah.
it in one, man. Anybody else got any other ideas?
Yeah, I
Anybody
mean,
else
we
want
don't
a
even.
challenge?
Yeah,
Anybody
if
else
I
wanna
go
feel
training,
inadequate?
might have just won a little gold star. So that was a damn fine namer during streaming. Okay, shut up,
Yeah.
everybody. I tried.
You did. Way to try. Yeah.
All right, Strider in Winter, I think it is.
Strider in Winter.
We
All
can call
right.
you Strider, which is a little like Lord of the Ringsy. I like it.
A little? More than a little.
Yeah.
I am Strider in Winter. And don't you forget it, or else you could get into a lot of trouble with several laws. And I don't want to deal with any paperwork.
Okay,
Ooh, Shivers in Winter is nice.
I was
too.
just about to
Shivers
say
in winter.
that's like got a little bit of the
Ooh.
pirate sauce too.
Oh, that's good.
You know?
I like that one actually
Shivers.
more.
Okay.
You could also just take your friend's name if you wanted. The one who's
Storm Chaser.
Yeah, Storm Chaser. If you want.
I could beat Storm Chaser. But
Fancy.
then people would think I would be ugly, and I don't want to do that. See.
Oh.
All right, so we'll go back. So you were just about to say what your name was.
Yes, my name is Shivers in Winters.
Ooh. It ain't
Little
what you shiver my
On the
brain.
nose
Right.
for the locale,
That's good.
don't you think?
Stole it.
Yeah, a little. But don't you forget it, because I am not getting in trouble with the law.
Hear that, Finn?
Okay, yeah, sure. We're not gonna get in trouble with the law.
Not this
No.
time. This is a new
We're
place.
gonna have a
We're not.
boring week.
We're not.
Great.
Come on.
So you are so this dock rises up, and as you go into it, a metal gate comes up behind the garbage pail, trapping your ship. There is no escape. A metal gangplank comes from it, mechanized, and a group of dwarves walk out. Several of them are not wielding weapons, but they're wearing spiked armor, right? So their body is their weapons, right? And leading them is a female dwarf, white-haired, long, gorgeous, braided white beard, and she is wearing what looks like a business suit made of chainmail. Right? She says, "Greetings, my name is Olivia, Magistrate 3, Section C, overseeing those who would walk in to our fine city of Khak-Mâr. Which of you is the designated leader?"
Hello, my name is Shivers in Winter. Me and my crew are here just to, anchor down and get through if we can.
Unfortunately, we don't allow mere travelers to wander through the city without a good reason. There's a dock to the south, a few miles to the south, that if you simply must land in this frozen wasteland, you can. Those who stop in Khak-Mâr need to have business.
I don't want to go all the way around.
Well,
At all?
Do we have any business here?
we are searching.
We're merchants buying some. That's the wrong accent. Sorry, you want to say.
We're merchants.
Yes.
Yeah, we're buying goods to take down south. We're hitting a few ports in the neighbourhood.
Oh, fantastic. Why didn't you say so earlier? Wasting my time. Wasting a magistrate's time is potentially grounds for demerits.
Well,
and you don't want to start your journey into the Dwarven lands earning demerits. Now, if you're going to be traveling in Khak-Mâr, you're going to be needing visitors' visas, which means I'm going to need you to be filling out these 3 forms, 3 copies each for each of you. So I am expecting, I see, for those of you traveling in the city, there's 4 of you, so I am expecting 36 documents filled out as quickly as possible. Make sure to sign the bottom of every page and read everything very carefully, and she hands you several stacks of paperwork. It becomes very clear that Dwarven culture is bureaucracy.
I've got it. Excuse me. Go in another room.
I think
And make sure to check business on everything.
You've got it.
Oh, what? No pleasure.
He looks at you and says, "Well, I certainly hope not. Pleasure for outsiders is usually trouble for dwarves."
That's actually a fair point. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Now, part of this is the Dwarven Empire was pretty vast 500 years ago, but the Red Dragon and the White Dragons destroyed most of it. These were colonies, right? and they became what remained of the Dwarven Empire once the rest of the dwarves were enslaved. Does that make sense? Yes. So there's a xenophobia to them. Not pure xenophobia, but they're very wary. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, you go back onto the ship, and you have a ton of paperwork to fill out.
Do I have to do all this?
No, I got it. It reminds me of home. I got it.
Oh, you're gonna fill out my paperwork. Oh,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
now
My parents
this is
used to make me
something.
fill out paperwork for fun.
I'm happy we have you around.
Well, I want to get to port, so I'm going to work on my paperwork.
All right, the paperwork is rather complex and clearly designed a bit as a trap. Anybody doing the paperwork should make a history check.
Yeah.
In order to parse through it. If anybody wants to work on it together, they can have advantage if somebody's helping.
Sure.
I will look over Euclid's shoulder, which is considered help.
Quinn,
Yes,
I don't know what any of this means.
it's okay. I'll
Will you
help you
help?
out with it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It's just Walker pointing with a claw, being like, "What's this? And what's this? And what's this?"
It's just
Great. How do those history checks that hold them advantage? How do they go?
what?
History checks with advantage. How do they go?
20.
Great. And
16.
sorry,
16.
16.
Yes.
So you guys actually, as it's busy work, but you're relieved to find it's actually not as trappy as it looks. Right? It's pretty straightforward. It's mostly just that if you do anything, you're acknowledging the various different punishments, the demerit and merit system, the fact that they allow the worship of any Outlander gods, but absolutely refuse to allow any Abathor or Ladugar worshippers into their cities, which are two evil dwarven gods. Right? They're like, fine, you want to worship Lolth? Do it all day, but don't you dare bring an Abathor cultist into our city, who's the dwarven god of greed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it's a lot of covering their backs and laws. You get very much the impression that this is a nation of laws. And you recall that their leader is the Grand Magistratrix. The whole of the society is non-monarchical, but highly bureaucratic. Does that make sense? There's not even elections, there's ascensions, right? It's chosen by a board of directors, basically. Right? So you bring out the paperwork. Who's going to present it to her?
Sure. I got it. Hi there.
That was rather fast. I'm actually quite impressed.
As you might tell by my dialect, I was raised by dwarves, so I'm aware around the bit of paperwork. Here you go.
I thought I recognized your voice, though it's a bit of a provincial accent. From the south, are you?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, very well. This speaks well of you to be to have knowledge of dwarven culture. This all seems to be in order. So you're allowed access to Khak-Mâr. You're being given visitors' visas that will also allow you access to Khark-Ghastôn, our great capital in the midst of the wastes. If you need fast transport, we do, of course, have a sub-train that'll get you there quite quickly. And these visas, these visitors' visas, will count as passes for the train.
Lovely, thank you.
She hands you all small gold leaf tickets that have your name on them. And there's a bunch of information. You have ID numbers, height, weight, which you had to fill out on the sheet, like a bunch of information that you filled out on the sheet transferred to these. And she says, of course, you're each allowed a single guest, but make sure that nobody is wandering a dwarven city without one of these passes.
Multipass?
She looks at you and says, I suppose, technically speaking, it allows you to bring multiple people, but only one for each of you.
Multipass.
Very well. She takes out a big binder and puts the paper in and slides it into a satchel. And she says, "Welcome to Khak-Mâr. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to ask. Just be aware that if you're a drain on society, you will receive demerits, which will eventually prevent you from receiving any further aid. And should you receive too many, we'll have you exiled from Dwarven society."
I mean this just as a precaution. How many? Just so in case we just don't know any local customs or anything, like we just want to make sure that we can learn quickly in case we make any mistakes.
Any demerits will cause you social problems and perhaps will not allow you into the finer sections of our society. If you ever get more than 10, you will be escorted to the town gates and never allowed in the presence of proper Dwarven society again.
With that being said, is there anything that we should know right off the bat to avoid any sort of personal etiquette things that we might be able to adapt to? Because we have been on the sea for a very long time and we're a little bit rusty in our manners department.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
And that is a 25.
Guinevere Grovehart, as a magistrate of subsection 30C, I am allowed to give out minor merits, and your desire to be a positive asset to Dwarven society has earned you a single merit.
That's great.
The answer to your question is merits are earned by making society function better than it might otherwise have been. Demerits are earned by making the flow of society junked up. This can be as simple as taking too long to pay a bill, or you can earn serious demerits by things like murder, inciting to riot, speaking against the magistratrix, or thievery. Now, there's the rules, of course, are multifaceted, and if you're interested, there's a 257-page handbook available at the Dwarven at the embassy, which you're welcome to read. But the short version is make society run more smoothly, as you've just done. Earn merits. Make society more difficult. Earn demerits, and very quickly if you're doing it in a particularly gruesome way.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna search that out, because I wouldn't want our definition of good to conflict with your definition of good and subsection B or A or 13. Yeah. So, thank you for giving me a merit.
Very well. Having a member of your group with a single merit also means that you do not require a battle rager escort. So she snaps one of her fingers, and the spike-clad barbarians leave. And she says, "Feel free to wander the city or take the train at your leisure."
Right. Which way to your market?
And she points in a direction and says, the free market is that way."
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Don't want to hold you up anymore. I'm sure you're very busy. Yeah?
Indeed. Thank you.
What's the most efficient way to pay for our docking fee?
You simply come to my office immediately and you can pay it now.
All right, I will do that.
Great. And you have enough gold. Gold is not a big problem. You're able to pay. It's actually pretty modest, as greedy as dwarves are meant to be. It's the taxes, right? Once you get to the market, everything costs like 2 gold with a 1 gold tax, right? Like it is nickel and diming, right? The market itself, I'm assuming you're going there, Euclid, or are you just asking?
Yeah, no. Well, we were supposedly supposed to be traders, merchants.
Right.
So I need to go find things to merch.
And there's all manner of glorious devices. This is a civilization of artificers and smiths. So there's very fine weapons. There's clockwork toys, right? There's so much alcohol. Just stalls upon stalls of different dwarven meads and ales and whiskeys, right? It is, of the places you've been to, the least racially diverse. There's not a lot of non-dwarves here. There are a very few, but you guys stand out. And you're, except for Finn, much taller than everybody else here.
Mm-hmm.
Eat it.
Right?
Did you say eat it?
Sort of negative.
Finn,
Yeah.
do you, that feeling, are you getting it, like, can you tap into that, like, feeling you get when you decide which direction we should go? You know, we're looking for somebody.
Oh, yeah. Are we looking right now? I mean, I could just ask somebody.
Well, I want to leave this town as fast as possible. I don't like it here.
Oh, you don't trust yourself not to have sticky fingers longer than a week?
I'm just like, I'm a free spirit. What can I say?
I understand. I'm nervous already.
See,
Yeah.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the law, and I feel like I could get into a lot of trouble with the law here.
We should not, which means we need to leave. I agree.
Okay.
Really don't think we can follow the rules?
Nah.
I know I can't. I know I can't. I'm rude by nature.
It's the ogres I'm worried for, really.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do in a dwarven city, or with dwarves, you can do. You just have to file the right paperwork, right?
Their fingers are so big, they can't grasp the quill.
The big reason to come to the city is it's the safest dock, really the only safe dock in the frozen north, right? Especially considering the Marauders, which are a Viking-like group of sea pirates, right? That prowl these shores. Leaving your ship here while you deal with what's going on inland is the best choice.
Okay.
Right? That's the real reason to stop here.
Yeah, put the ship up. That's what I assumed.
So while we're at the market, I think Finn, instead of shopping, because unless there's like some crazy nice rings or spell scrolls or something, I think Finn is spending his time at the market looking for information about a spider mountain or any rumors about a red dragon in the frozen north.
Sure. Roll. How are you? Are you like eavesdropping? Are you chatting people up? What is your tactic for collecting this information?
I think I'm chatting people up as a merchant, as someone who's trying to get a lay of the land, trying to expand my business north. You know, there's a lot of profit to be made up here, I've been told.
Sure. So make a deception check.
I'm not lying.
You're not a merchant.
But there is a lot of money to be made up here.
You are lying.
Okay.
You are not being honest.
I'm not telling the whole truth, but I'm not lying.
You are. It's not called a lie check. It's called a deception check.
It's a 17.
This is my biggest fight during all of Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tilvin. Thank you. Great. It is mentioned that that there is a sage named Hoar of Clan Fawkes that is the sage of this city, that is one of the more friendly people to outsiders and would happily share information about that. When you mention a spider mountain, one of the dwarves shivers and says, "Oh, we don't talk about that." And it's a teenage dwarf with his first patches of beard coming in, comes over to you and says, "Are you talking about the Demon Web Labyrinths?"
Speak up, lad. What?
Demon Web Labyrinths?
Oh, yeah, sure. Spider Mountain?
I've heard that that's where the dark elves live, somewhat like your companion over there. And it's a dangerous place, full of mystery and treasure and evil elves. And oh, when I grow up, I'm going to become an adventurer, and I'm going to leave this horrible city with all of its terrible rules. And the first place I'm going to go is to the Damon Web Labyrinths and fight the dark elves for the glory of Moradin.
So you hate it.
Wait, hold on. Gwen, 1 second. It's a learning moment. It's a teachable moment. Right. Actually, do you want to teach this moment?
You seem
probably teach this moment.
You can do it. I really believe in you.
I just really put my foot in my mouth. All right. Why do you think that these elves are evil?
Oh, they worship a spider goddess that hates people, and they sacrifice people, and they attack towns, and we've had to defend ourselves from drow invasions every once in a while. And I mean, they're dark elves. They have to be evil.
Well, okay, no, they don't. Hey, this is my friend Gwen. Do you worship a spider? Do you worship a spider? It's okay if you do. No? Okay. There was a question.
I don't. They're also going to use druid shape to make them a little flower that just seems like a frozen rose, and just hand it very, very gently to the young.
You use magic, nature magic. We don't see none of that in the city. We've got artificers and a few rune wizards, but no druid magic. You're a powerful being, aren't you? He sniffs the frozen flower. Are you all leaving this place? I'm a little young. I'm only 50, but I've always longed to leave this horrible bureaucracy and find my freedom.
You know, little one, you should maybe think of traveling the vast seas and ending up in a nice land called Tekatawadal. I hear there's a president there who is also very into freedom.
But aren't there green dragons? Isn't that the Green Dragon Empire? That's what they said at school.
Oh, not anymore. You've got to ask them.
Yeah, we killed them.
Lesson books.
We killed the last of them.
You killed them?
Yeah, I ate his heart.
Wow. I want to eat a dragon's heart.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You think you do? Let me tell you right now. You don't. Nothing, Euclid. Don't you need to go merch? Yeah.
So what kind of adventure, like, as you fight through all of the people that look very similarly to me, what happens when you reach the end and you've killed them all? And what's your course of action? What's next?
Oh, gosh. I didn't think I would get that far. I figured I'd die in glorious combat doing good for Moradin and Khak-Mâr.
Oh. That just seems like an endless cycle of violence.
Yeah.
Wouldn't there be a bunch of young 50-year-old dark elves then who grow up hating the dwarves under the mountain because, you know, they came and they raided their village and attacked them and, you know, caused so much destruction for the glory of Morden or whatever?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, I'm loving my 6s today, but my persuasion's a +7, so that's a 13.
He looks crestfallen, and he says, I guess you're right. Just like my father says, dreams are for your 30s, and I'm almost an adult. I should really just get back into the weaving business, like he says. No, you're right.
No.
I will.
No, look,
we think it's a good idea.
From one 30-year-old to a 50-year-old, you know, you can't let your dreams die.
But you just said it's an endless cycle of violence.
Well, that specific thing, you can go adventure. There's so much out there. We're treasure hunters.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if you need a apprentice or an intern or a
What do you do? What are you good at? This is your elevator pitch.
I'm very good at weaving. That's what my father does, and he trained me in it. I'm a great weaver.
All right, great. I
Did
love
you
that.
weave whatever you're wearing right now?
I mostly my dad showed me the main form of it, but yeah, it's mostly he's wearing a nice Argyle sweater, like he's a Mon Calamari. Not Argyle, sorry, Coordinate. He's wearing a nice Coordinate sweater, like a Mon Calamari. That's Mandalorian humor.
It's a broader Star Wars reference.
Sorry?
It's a broader Star Wars reference. It's not Mandalorian.
Sure.
It's beautiful. Oh,
It's
well,
a
that's
beautiful little thing.
yeah, it's
yes.
great knit. What else do you do?
Well, I'd like to do anything else. I'm a fast learner. Like I said, I knit this own sweater myself. So if you wanted to train me in any of your fabulous magics, your nature magics, or the rest of you look like you're all very magically adept, I could probably learn one of those things.
Oh, you can't. You can't learn this. This can't be taught. You're born with it.
I certainly have always wanted a squire. I think I could definitely teach you a thing or two, and we could travel together, and we could bring you everywhere. And you can survive, and you can still fight for honor of your god.
Oh wow!
Maybe not die.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't think that this would happen today. Oh my goodness!
But before we do any of that, is there anything that we could provide your father in a means of convincing him to allow you to travel with us?
Well, technically, I would just be accumulating a number of demerits. So, I'm not his property. So he can't. It's not up to him. It's up to me.
Is there a way of it being a positive thing for you and not a negative thing? Like maybe
Being
a
my
traveling
assigned
weaver.
place in this society is never going to be positive. If I don't buckle down and become the next weaver of Clan Sagrin, I'm just going to be, I'm going to accumulate demerits in one way or another, even if I was going to go into brewing, which is at least a little more interesting. But no, I would rather leave and find my destiny than live in this stifling place.
I once had a friend who made a very similar choice to you, so I'd be more than welcome to risking that for you, as long as you can figure out ways for us to also improve while also helping you, so that we look good and you
What if?
don't have to worry about it.
What?
So you could listen a little
I think they found a pet.
I did not find a pet. I found a squire, not a pet.
You've got crazy tattoos. Oh, I've always wanted to get a tattoo, but I haven't earned mine yet.
Yes.
You do know we are going, to a
You
Those-
clearly muted.
to a big, snapping dragon that might eat us, including the little one.
I will allow the dragon to eat me first.
All right.
Great.
It'll be your.
I had a dear friend who would visit me when I was in my, my isolation days. Who was a rather quaint dwarven woman who also made this choice, and I think I have a debt to pay myself, and I believe that this is a fantastic opportunity for that debt.
Well, Well then, I guess I can't say no. Yeah, let's take the dwarven child, 50-year-old child.
Do we know his name?
You have not asked yet.
You should
Now
probably
Euclid walks back.
acquire the name.
Alright. Well, Euclid walks back wearing his nicer cloak that is much warmer on the inside than it was before. What's happening? Are you bringing this child with us?
He's technically older than I am.
Yeah, technically.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He is.
Yeah. But, alright. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Sorfelian of Clan Sagrin, but I go by Sorf.
Sorf.
We already have a Snorf. So,
Snorf and Sworf.
do you have a nickname?
I think
You could call me, Ailey.
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 That's part of my name, Sorfelian. You know, we don't really do nicknames. We do the shortened version for children, and then you get your full name later.
Oh, so would you
Yeah.
But
prefer
this
your
is
full
about
name
freedom.
when we address you, or
Wait. I would vastly prefer what you just said. That foreign custom. A nickname that has nothing to do with my dwarven name.
And that is your first step, shedding your name. I know a little about that, actually. I might tell you.
Maybe I could be like Bone Crusher.
Ooh. Maybe we could be...
Or Gut Ripper.
Little much.
what about something that honors both your past and what you build towards? Maybe something to do with the work that you've trained for, but also with the nuance of what you would like to do. So less violence, more craft.
Oh,
Cable knitter.
Fate Weaver.
Fate Weaver.
Maybe too much.
Oh gosh, that makes me sound way more powerful than I am.
Just call you Faye.
Will
It's fine.
be. We'll make sure of it.
Fate. Short for Fate Weaver.
Yeah,
Oh, I
sure.
like that.
Or
You
Faye.
can call me Fate.
Yes, come on, Fate. We just picked up a crewman. Oh, I love it. And we're paying him in experience. Oh, I don't even have to share.
Just got ourselves an intern.
In the frozen north, you literally pay people an exposure.
Shut up.
but,
Shut up.
Take a
Love
lap.
it.
Take a lap.
So I'm hilarious.
Great. Hey, where is your father and where does he stay? So we can.
Oh, he's at Sagrin's Weavers. I could just disappear. We don't really need to talk to him.
I like the idea of disappearing, I believe.
I feel
No.
as though he you presented a danger that this is something that you've always mentioned that you would do, or your father knows of your dream to go into the caves and kill, correct?
He thinks it's stupid.
Yes, he thinks it's stupid, but I don't want your father to follow after you. So as a party, we need to, as a group, we need to figure out a way to make sure your father is safe. So if you ever want to visit, you can see him again,
Well, the
even if
biggest
I
then.
that
Sounds like the party's divided. If only there was a way to decide if we should go talk to his father or have him simply disappear.
Right.
We actually have new technology.
Also,
We are
John,
gonna
I
be-
love you.
We are going to be testing out our very first poll for our binary choices. So Zeke is furiously and fabulously making this happen. So we're going to vamp. Finn, why don't you discuss what you think is the better choice?
Well, what I was going to say before technology was rude to me is that I think we should try to convince Fate's dad that Fate's just going to go out, get some world experience, take a gap year, right? To make he is weaving that much better, because then he can bring his experience and things he's seen outside abroad in the frozen north. So he's going to journey with us, get some exposure, get some experience, and it's for the good of the city, because it'll make him a better weaver.
Or we could just vanish in the dead of night and even take one of Fate's handmade clothes and burn it a little, singe it a little, leave it outside, and oh no, Fate's dead. No one will come looking.
The poll is even timed? I love this. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. New technology.
I don't mean to say that isn't a bright idea. I feel as though, having known my mother, a parent wouldn't stop at that. Especially in a place so violent. I'd almost assume that he was kidnapped or something.
And then we'll add a hog bone or something. I don't know.
We could use the halfling. Frozen halfling.
We could even use the frozen halfling.
Oh, all right. Talk to his father is voted in.
Yes, we did it. Wow, that was fun.
It was
pretty
fun.
good.
Yay.
So much more efficient. I don't know why we didn't do that.
It's new technology we didn't have access to before.
Because we're just learning. We're trying to figure this all out as we go. None of us are professionals in this.
Right. No, it's great. I'm just... all right. So, you make your way to Sagrin's loom. As you walk in, there is a burly dwarf, clearly this gentleman's father, vast red hair, and he goes, "My layabout son, where have you been? There's so much clothing to knit. We've got a giant order of blankets coming in for the goat cavalry, and you're out where? Wandering the marketplace, bringing in strays? Or customers? Why, hello, welcome to Sagrin's Loom. My name is Cardigan of Clan Sagrin, finest weaver in all the city. You look like foreigners, probably in the market for some of the most fabulous weaving this side of the frozen wastes. Very warm, very warm. How can I help you?
That's right, we are marketeers looking to, bring your products to other places, right?
Yes, we are. And we would love a sample. We come because your child here has spoken so highly of your shop, and I would love to see some of your finest work if I could.
Well, of course. Do you want to see my artistry, or do you want to see my function? Form or function is the question.
As you can probably notice, I am a very formally person. And so I would love to see the most elegant piece you have.
Very well. I have here a cloak with integrated winter wolf fur with a nice sable lining. Fur on the outside, fine weaving and craftsmanship on the inside, and it is indeed a white and black cloak made with winter wolf fur. It couldn't possibly be warmer. It's gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, this just won't do, will it? Well, what do you guys... What do you think? I
am first mate, so I suppose I could have it.
No, here's the thing about...
from my station.
And that's where you might be wrong, Finn. When I look at this boy's cable knit sweater, I see the passion and the fervor that he used to knit and weave these stitches together, but this, I feel cold. I feel cold with this.
He bristles for a moment, and that piece of gargantuan talent that my boy has. Sure.
Yes, this is something that I want. This is something that I need. This is something that I desire. But this, I feel... How is... Please, I am not from here. And I would be honored to have someone from your line with me to create such beautiful works as the one that he is wearing right now. I would take this, but I don't know if this is your best representation, sir.
Make a deception check with advantage.
Let's see. I can re-roll one of those, right?
Yes. With your once per session reroll.
All right. That is going to be a 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He says, "Oh, well, are you looking? What you want him to make you one?"
Mm-hmm. I would like, actually, better yet, I would like him to make me mini. I want him to come along on my journey.
That's a tough ask. I'm sure he's not interested. I'm so interested, he says. I would very much like to go out into the world and find a way to knit more sweaters. The father says, "I suppose his apprenticeship is almost done. We can cut it short a bit. And if you're willing to give him experience and pay him, I might even put you in for some merits for finding a good place for my son in Dwarven society, considering what a not lazy, not at all, fine craftsman he is."
Yes, I think I'd be able to apply him very well in weavery.
Would you need anyone to like fill in or assist you in your matters with your son's departure on this apprenticeship?
Oh, not at all. You get very much the impression that he views his son as a liability and a wastrel and thinks you all are idiots. Right? For wanting his work, right? No, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be quite fine. In fact, why don't you go out there, get some life experience, go see the world, and come back when you'd like, when you're ready.
All right, lovely.
Achievement unlocked. I didn't think you guys were going to do that with getting a merit, but Captain Wins. You have another merit earned from the Dwarven bureaucracy.
Yeah,
so
I didn't think that was
you
gonna
and Gwyn each have a single merit.
Ooh, before we go, could we get some, I don't know what you guys knit with, yarn? A good yarn, quality, for him to like knit while we're on our journeys.
Certainly. Of course, that will cost you a bit. This amount of yarn is 20 gold pieces, which of course does not include the 10 gold piece tax.
Oh, yeah, of course, that's fine.
You're gonna sell equipment to your flesh and blood? It's not part of the business for him to study?
It's still a material, and here in this society, we're very clear. Purchase of goods is purchase of goods.
Well, all right then. Okay.
You understand a couple things, having finally visited a dwarven civilization. Mm-hmm. Every dwarf you've ever met has been boisterous, drunken, and adventurous, and that is because they grew up in this.
Yeah.
Right? Dwarves have a reputation for being like loud and crazy, and that's just the ones that leave. Right? It's what is that called? Survivor's bias?
Yeah.
Right? There is a very comfortable social credit system that most dwarves fall into, right? It's the ones that leave that end up being boisterous and adventurous, and that's why you've met so many of them with this strong thing. It also makes some sense for Euclid being as wild as he is if he grew up in this sort of environment.
Yeah. Wonderful. What thread do you have? Anything special?
Well, certainly. We have, there's of course the giant spider silk harvested from the nearby the frozen spider forests. Then there's all manner of fine dwarven yarns that we've got infused with precious metals. A very fine platinum thread if you want something shiny. We even have a onyx thread that we've devised by pulling out the essence of the black metal to make a black metal weave.
That one sounds nice. Let's go with that. That sounds good. I've not found that anywhere else. So
Great. You are given an onyx thread, a deep black thread. And you will be able to have Fate knit you up some stuff, because he's a great weaver.
nice. Yeah. And as we're walking out, I assume we're leaving, yeah?
Yeah.
Great. As we're walking
Yeah,
out,
sure.
hey Finn, sorry for spending a bit of your hoard. We'll add to it, right?
We'll talk about this later.
It's better if we bring something along, you know, so it seems more
No,
like we're
yeah,
taking
absolutely.
it seriously. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. You just didn't have to go for the most expensive yarn.
It's a reputation, right?
For the guy who doesn't even want to keep knitting.
Look, if you ever...
Are you going to
dealt
pick
with
that
these-
up?
Oh, I mean,
I
sure.
want a scarf. I want a better scarf. You're
Fine.
knitting
what?
me a scarf with that yarn.
I will make that scarf. I swear it's gonna be nice. It'll be pretty.
Oh,
Thank
I
you.
I would be happy to make you a scarf. Do you have an insignia or any sort of other thing that you'd like but put into it, Mr. Fenn?
Be careful with this. It might be merch.
Yeah. Just it's a purple shield with a red holly
Alright.
on it, like the berry and the leaf.
Oh, sure. And he goes, I'm grabbing some of the purple mushroom weave and a touch of the red drake scale weave as well. You can take it out of this week's pay. And he and actually, I'm just going to grab a bunch of different colors, and you can take my whole last week's pay. And he grabs a whole bunch of different colors and says, I look forward to making this lovely scarf for you, Mr. Finn. You won't regret it. I'm a fine weaver, and then maybe you can teach me some of your magic.
I could try, but nobody taught me. I just do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
gosh.
fate.
I could teach you maybe a thing or two with a sword, but that's it.
I've had to deal with axes and hammers my whole life. Swords just seem so exotic.
Sure, yeah. I can do that. I'd love to help you with that. I need to hydrate. I'm out of liquid.
I'm out of liquid as well. But we're coming up to, well, I guess
Oh,
we're
you
not
want-
that close to our break, but I'm not going to get up until then. Great. So, the big question here now is where you're heading next. And you've got a couple of different destinations. The first and most obvious is to head to Khark-Ghastôn, which is near the city of Galabras. And Khark-Ghastôn is also going to be closer to the Demon Web Labyrinths. Khark-Ghastôn is the big dwarven capital.
I'm sorry, is it
Right?
Carcassonne? Like the game? Like the French city?
It sounds a bit
Carcassonne?
like it. I'm going to write it in the chat. Dwarven
Okay.
cities begin with the word Khark.
Yep.
With a K.
I put it in the chat.
Hark. Oh,
Oh,
Nobody-
Gaston.
okay, so no one reads books like Hark. It's the one thing he doesn't.
It's Khark-Ghastôn.
Khark-Ghastôn.
And actually, when I write it, I do the little triangle above the O, you know what I'm talking about?
The thing.
Thank you,
Like
Dan.
Khazad-dûm.
Right. It's Gaston.
We can't read
What
that.
is that?
Aye, aye.
It was a mess. You showed us your inner thoughts, and it was found lacking, John.
Yes,
What was that?
That's-
I'm teasing.
No, it's fine. You get what I'm saying, right?
Hmm.
Oh, I love gnomes. My Eberron gnomes are Norse accented, and they're a delight. So, places to go, right? First is heading to Khark-Ghastôn, which is the Dwarven capital, which is near Galabras and the Demon Web Labyrinths, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the other is traveling south to the Fallen Library of Aluska to fulfill your promise to Halanix, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Then there is traveling overland, right? As opposed, like getting as far away from the dwarves as possible and just traveling overland straight to Galabras. So the three locations are Khark-Ghastôn, Aluska, and Galabras.
Oh, I gotta copy and paste this.
I mean, Khak-Ghastôn has that train thing they talked about. That
Trains are
seems cool. I'd like to check that out. It's free. Like that. I like free. Also, it's pretty close. It's pretty easy, you know. Stop there, get a little bedroom at the tavern, and head up to some Demon Web Labyrinth later.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah?
Good. Sounds good. Sorry.
Well, this is an audience choice.
Yeah, this is gonna be an audience choice.
What I thought.
I'm sorry, I would have added to that. I was just typing everything in.
No, you're great. I'm trying to give you the notice before the thing comes up, if that makes sense.
Here it is.
So,
Here's the poll.
Great. New poll of where to go is up.
Yes.
Look at you, Euclid, with your magic hands just going pew 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 pew.
Magic hands.
Mage hand.
Mage hand.
Mage hands.
Wait, do we get to
mage hand.
click in this?
I mean, I can. I've not yet.
What did you say we were gonna
I
go?
would prefer you guys didn't.
Yeah, what's the ethics of this?
I was
Okay.
like, what are the?
Hi, Dad.
It's very tempting.
It was so tempting.
No one wants to go to the library, so I want to know that. If you wanted to go to the library, vote now.
Yeah, it's true. But no.
Vote.
You're a
vote.
nerd. Like,
I wanted.
Hey, do you see that vote in the chat? Give that vote. I should
Put out
music
the
up.
vote.
Yeah.
Gwyn would love some librarian time.
I wanted to see if there was any.
I mean, Finn's had plenty of time in the library recently.
Pandemonium.
look. All right.
Yeah, Finn's had enough time in the library.
Finn's-
Oh, someone give one library.
One library.
The Khark-Ghastôn wins.
Khark-Ghastôn.
There's a train. I want to know how your
Sick train. Before we go to the train,
like your non-Eberron D&D train works. I'm curious.
before we go there, I wanted to, since we're not going to the library, I want to look for a bookstore there.
Sure.
Mhm.
So the dwarves have vast libraries, but they don't quite do books. What they do is they specialize in rune magic, right? So what happens is they have tablets, stone tablets with runes inscribed on them that glow with blue magic, right?
Mhm.
And when you hold them, they speak into your brain. They're almost audiobooks.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
sure. Great.
And you can, or a little bit of holocron as well, where you can request information and they give it to you, right? There is a beginning, middle, and an end, but you can also say, I request specific information about this topic. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I definitely. Basically, I wanted to go to a bookstore and ask for. I'm specifically looking. It doesn't have to be a scene, I guess. I want it to be. I'm looking for romance novels
The
for myself.
dwarf, there's a lady dwarf there, and she says, well, we do have some romances. They're not quite what you'd probably like outside. It's mostly looking at dowries and family connections and how wonderful it is that this clan is connecting with this clan. They're very entertaining for dwarves, but not so much for outsiders.
Alright. I mean, look, I left Populous Rex and I didn't think I would need it. I've been traveling a lot and There's a lot of downtime. I just thought I'd check in. It's just been quite boring, and
Oh,
you don't have to keep all that stuff in the back,
I hear
right?
your accent.
Yeah.
You're of Dwarven heritage, so perhaps, or of Dwarven culture. So perhaps this, these sorts of romance stories will work for you. These glorious stories of arranged marriage.
I mean, sure. I mean, is there anyone like, I don't know, some scandalous is fun, like someone booking the arranged marriage.
No, we don't celebrate scandal here.
Well, it's not about celebrating it. It's about, looking down on it. Like, how terrible, right? How bad.
We do have
Oh,
a story that is, quite shameful. It's called The Fallen Dowry, and it's about a young woman dwarf who left, even though her family was to receive a sizable dowry, to run away with an elf, of all things.
scandalous. Oh, I would love to read this.
I mean, it's a horrible
Shameful.
tragedy in 5 acts.
Oh, of course,
so-
of course. It's definitely a tragedy. I would love to read it, though. How much could I purchase that from you?
Of course, certainly. And what she does is she takes a blank tablet
Mhm.
and takes another tablet off of the shelf, and then she summons forth a magical chisel, and with crazy speed chisels the same rune with magic flitting between the two of them, and hands you, and says, that'll of course be 20 gold pieces, which does not include the 10 gold piece tax.
Wow, everything here is 20 with 10. Alright, sure. And I hand it over. And I'm like, oh, by the way, is an extra gold piece just for you? No, wait, no, listen. I wasn't here.
Oh, that sounds suspiciously like a bribe. I would hate to be caught.
It's a tip.
Oh, we don't. She looks very uncomfortable.
Oh no, I dropped a gold piece.
Oh gosh, perhaps she goes and she says, I should pick it up for you. I'd hate to steal from you.
No,
And it's
I've
very
lost
clear
it. I don't
This
see
extra
anything.
money thing is like alien to the society. You just leave.
Yeah, I just leave.
She seems extraordinarily distraught. How will I note this in the ledger?
Wonderful. That's fine.
Great.
I'm happy to have left a little excitement in her life.
Great.
And on the way out, I notice a book on the shelf. It's Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. It's a collector's edition of the book, which we are about to give away to y'all in just a moment.
You sure it's not the Demonomicon of Iguil?
Oh my god, maybe it is.
Is it?
Such a better
John? Is that what Euclid sees?
That is what Euclid sees. He sees the Demonomicon of Euclid, and he's like, oh.
I don't think this dwarven shop has the Demonomicon. As much as I want to promote or give away.
Worth a shot. Worth a shot.
There is a tablet of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything with a special collector's edition rune on it. So,
Yeah. And we will give that away when we go to break in just a few moments. John, would you like to close out this whatever before we do that? Or would you
sure, so you guys are heading to Khark-Ghastôn. I'll get you guys on the train, and then we'll do our break. What you see when you arrive is a series of cranks, and the train is actually in constant motion, but quite slow. And you see it moving in, and what the dwarves are doing as it moves into the station is jumping on, not quite jumping on, to the moving train. And what you see is it's on a large circular track, right? And it stays in the station for a certain amount of time and then leaves. He's got what you see is it's perpetual motion. Why don't you make an Arcana check, Finn, or any of the rest of you to figure out exactly how this works?
I'll make an argument.
Definitely don't want me to do this. Guess who got a 2 - 2 0?
Well, I got a 1, so.
I have no idea.
So this is just magic to you. Like, this moving train is crazy.
Just wild.
I also got a 1, so it's up to you.
Yeah, do you know how this works?
Was allowed in that?
What was that? Thick
Was allowed.
What'd you get, Gwen?
22.
22? Great. So
Great.
you see a green glowing rune, and every other rune you've seen here has been glowing blue, and it's encased in the middle of this machinery, and you see that it's giving off constant energy. It's a rune of perpetual motion, and it's been attached to all of this other machinery in order to make this train move constantly at a slow but continuous speed. Does that make sense? Because it's below ground, it's still faster than walking through the frozen wastes, but it's quite a slow train. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's how it works. You recall hearing that there was a group of adventurers that traveled into what was once the White Dragon Empire, back to the ruins of the Dwarven civilization that lived there, and that they acquired this rune of perpetual motion. And this is what the dwarves have built with it. Right? In fact, you see that this energy is being brought to the rest of the city. And this perpetual energy is being stored in batteries, and it is the source of all of their monorails and elevators and other machinery. Slow, constant, unlimited energy.
Are there any plaques surrounding it or anything?
No.
Do not
It's
touch the buttons.
no buttons to press. It's enshrined actually in a layer of crystal, so it is impossible to get. We're Gothleet. We're actually we're visiting the Frozen North for the first time. So this episode is a lot of world building and introduction of new cultures, and we've discovered a monorail. Monorail. It's my favorite Simpsons episode.
John.
Yeah.
You said they were storing this energy in batteries.
Yes.
Do they sell those batteries?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to industrialize your world.
Great.
What do the batteries look like? If there is one.
You haven't seen any, you just know that they exist. They're a highly hidden dwarven trade secret. Now, you could try to sneak into like the industrial sections of the city and find one, but they definitely view this as proprietary technology.
Yes.
Right?
We want to. Let's trust.
They designed firearms, and then they got stolen by the Obsidian Archipelago, and they developed cannons, and like dwarven technology was stolen and led to the proliferation of firearms. So they're very against corporate espionage at these points.
Given our recent acquisition, I believe it is in our best interest not to.
Certainly.
Well, yes.
Certainly.
I want this to work for this. Fate. I know I've gone weirdly paternal in my old age, but I swear I'll explain it later.
Oh, all right, that seems mysterious.
Very.
Like
But we are thinking of the same thing, Finn, because wouldn't this be nice to have a nice little monorail in
everywhere.
Yeah,
This Rex sure could use one.
I don't know. I like this technology.
I'm just saying.
So you get on the monorail, and what they've done is it's in just a tunnel, but they've covered the sides of the tunnel in murals, mosaics made out of gold leaf and other precious metals, telling stories of the fallen dwarven civilization. All of this is new in the last few years, so all of it is glorification and remembrance of the great dwarven civilization that fell on the western continent, right? It's stunning. As much as there's a stolidity and a calcification to the society, it's also there's an artistry to everything, right? They're fine craftsmen, right? And the monorail moves slowly. You view it rather than landscapes on this train. It's all art. And then you begin pulling in to the glorious and great dwarven city of Khark-Ghastôn. which we will visit after our 10-minute break. Do you want to talk about the giveaway?
Sure, we'll be giving away, and we're about to start it. You're just going to follow the instructions the bot will tell you in a moment. We're giving away the collector's edition of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Look how pretty. It's beautiful, and it seems to be sold out literally everywhere. So this is...
Do the Jeff Goldblum voice for it.
I kind of was. Look how beautiful it is. We have... It's not very good. I tried. All right, so I'm going to start that thing. We have 40 minutes to do with that. Whenever it's done, we'll let everyone know it has started. We're going to go on a break. There'll be a few ads during the break, just giving you guys a heads up. But just stay on, find out.
And if you have a friend that might need it and you already have it, bring them along. Be like, we're having fun. You can have fun. Now have a new Padawan, so let's go.
Yeah. Bring everybody in. All right, thanks so much, guys. See you in a minute.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dice, Drinks, and Drama as we make our way to Khark-Ghastôn. For those of you who may have joined us during the break, we have a giveaway of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything with a fabulous alternate art cover, the collector's edition. It will be being shown by our lovely Vanna White upside down, but that's okay. It's still gorgeous.
I'm so sorry.
You're so fine. I love you. Great. So,
one of the last few left in the world.
All right.
Rare commodity, indeed.
So, Khark-Ghastôn is a very different city from the one you just left. First of all, it's built into an active volcano. And that energy is used to power much of the city. And it is lots of walkways between islands above the lava. Right? So it's pillars of rock with a river of lava underneath it.
Ooh.
Does that make sense? It is very warm, which is wonderful for those of you from more tropical climes, right?
I was like, this is my speed.
Fuck, I just bought a stupid coat for nothing. You are, you're welcome into the city. You show your passes. They let you in. This city is way larger, right? And what's more, has connections to vast underground vaults. Recently, the big news from the city is that they discovered another Dwarven city deep underneath it called Khark-Ghastôn, which is where the Warforged were discovered. They were Dwarven slaves, robots built during the previous, when this was a colony, and it had been left there for hundreds of years until they were recently reawoken. They, for the most part, a few of them have stayed down there, but most of them have left for Huolinor and live in the free city there. Now, above ground and not far away is Galabras, Skim's hometown, and a place that is nearby, the Demon Web Labyrinth, which is your main contact point for finding your great-grandmother. Okay. Yes. There's some Dragon Age in all of this. I get it. It's too good, but it's not exactly Dragon Age. Yes. The other thing you note is there's a lot more of those elite guards with the spiked armor, the Battle Ragers. There are many large temples to the various Dwarven gods. Mostly Moradin, but all the other gods are represented as well. The big thing you notice is that there are carts being drawn by goats, and the back of the carts are giant horns that people are speaking into.
and dwarves are saying stuff like, "The Duergar have returned and need to be stopped. The cultists of Duergar will do nothing until they see our city fall. Join the Legion and fight against the Duergar." It seems a city on the brink of war. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You are dealt with. There are even fewer non-humans here, or non-dwarves here, right? You're definitely viewed a bit xenophobically, especially considering the nationalism that is present here, the sense of war that is here. Clearly the Duergar are boiling up from the Underdark not too far away, and so this city has been dealing with it. And there's actually, you see a burnt-down building marred with psychic slashes, which says to you that the Duergar have made it into the city, and they actually destroyed this building at some point. Do you want to just make your way out of here and get to Galabras, or do you want to investigate what's going on in the city?
This war has nothing to do with us. I say we just head to Galabras.
Well, how does Fate feel about it?
Fate, how do you feel about this?
Well, I don't want to, I do think the Duergar should fall. I'm not ready yet. I haven't trained yet. But if you would all, you want to earn merits, fight the Duergar. You'll get amazing aid from the dwarves and whatever else you need if you help them against the dark dwarves.
That's not bad.
It's an easy way to get them to like us, because I'm not going to lie, it seems to be a hard little thing to get to merits. That was some of my best lying yet.
Well, we get some merits. That puts us in good standing. Plus, do we get paid?
Well, certainly. Not only would you be able to be paid in merits and in gold and treasure, the magistratrix would likely want to meet foreigners helping us out, and that would be great for your social credit. But what's more, the Duergar have all manner of magic items, and they're workers of psionics. So they will have access to mind-melted items you couldn't find nowhere else in the world.
Alright.
That sounds pretty good to me.
That's
Interesting.
sweeten the deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do? That's different. I'm just curious. I want to understand the property.
So he's about to speak, and that's when the Dwarven recruiter was walking over to you, unbeknownst to you, and hears you say that and says, "What do the Duergar do that's different? They worship Duergar, the mad god. They rampage, they pillage, they think of nothing but themselves. They are selfishness incarnate."
And what, pray tell, do you do?
I'm a recruiter for the war, and I overheard you speaking of the Duergar, potentially looking to fight. Do you want to join the Legion and go down into the depths and fight against the hated Dark Dwarves?
Well, who lead the Duergar?
If only we knew. Well, the one thing we know is that their leaders are masters of the horrendous mental arts, mind controllers, psychic manipulators.
Right. Well, look, we're willing to help. I don't know how deep into this Underdark road, you're going into, but I think I don't want to sign everyone else up to this, but the one requirement I'd have is a freelancer contract, if you don't mind. I know that you are all very fanciful on your contracts, but one that we can easier, like less, lifetime sign up than most.
For certain, as foreigners, that is acceptable.
Aye.
So he pulls out a giant sheaf of paper. Fill out each of these, 3 for each of you. So, and 3 different pieces of paperwork in triplicate for each of you, and you'll be signed up as freelance warriors to go and fight in the Underdark beneath this city against the hated Dark Dwarves.
Is this more paperwork?
Yeah, how else are we gonna get paid?
I
In
feel like we
Dwarven
have
City.
to look at the fine print on that one.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Euclid,
I've
would
got it. Don't worry
think-
about it.
Win?
Oh, goodness. I love it.
Can you help?
And you see him like sort of hunch over in like this old like gesture that it seems very clear to him that he's done this 1,000 times when he like goes over top of a bit of paperwork. It's a completely different posture than you ever see him go into, and it's like defeated. Like you're just looking at like Bob Cratchit, like just going over his notes.
And I am taking a nap at your feet. Wake me up when you are done. Thank you so much.
You've got it. No problem.
And remember, you will be pretty good at this, given the powers that be.
You know, you could, since you're already doing yours, you know, I'd ask Euclid to help me with mine, but, you know.
You can give it. It's fine.
I'm also rather good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it'll be quicker if you did it.
Okay.
Great, you fill out more paperwork with advantage. Euclid, you're getting advantage because Walker/Strider is so darn cute, curled up at your feet. You just want to help him.
That's what I'm aiming for.
I've got a math 20 on that one.
Great. So you fill it out.
Yep.
It's actually you get some pretty good terms. You'll be paid pretty well. And there is a section to forego financial payment for social credit.
Alright, is there a loophole that I could find, because I got a 20, that would allow me to do both?
You get a natural 20?
No, I got a dirty 20.
We both got some math 20s in here.
All right. Between the two of you, yes. You're going to get a large sum of gold, potential magical items, praise from the magistratrix, and social credit.
That's what I like hearing. Waking up from my nap
Yeah, that's what you do
refreshed.
for the paperwork.
All right. So, do you want to immediately do this? Do you want to travel into the great vast underbelly of this place, into the Underdark?
Yeah, sure.
I'd love that. I'd love nothing more than going.
We've got to show Fate some combat eventually, eh?
That's true. Let's see. Let's put him to the test. See how he does.
That's his fate.
Well, you know, I'm not a warrior. I'll happily watch you and be friendly.
Love you.
All right. Yeah, I guess.
Sure.
Great. You know what? It occurs to me. This gentleman should clearly be a sidekick.
Yeah.
Right? Using Tasha's rules.
Yeah.
Right?
Open that
So we'll do training sequences later, but you, the audience, will decide which of the three subclasses of sidekick he'll end up being: spellcaster, warrior, or expert.
Okay.
Is that called expert? Is that what it's
It
called?
is. Yeah.
Great. They're the old NPC classes from 3rd edition. It was called adept instead of spellcaster. Regardless. Great.
Was it warrior and expert, correct?
Yes. Oh, we're not doing that just now.
Oh.
The vote. We could. You know what?
Good.
No. Training montage before going underground.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Um,
do you have some training montage music, Zeke? I know you
maybe.
probably
Let me
do.
see. Let me look at my
Put the spooky Twin Peaks jazz on.
yeah, that'd be really appropriate. Let's see what I got here.
There's an arena nearby. We could go, and one of you could train me in the basic arts.
All right.
I could train you in some sword play.
I was gonna say you would be a great trainer for expert because expert is like a bard rogue hybrid. And then fighter.
Tasha's Cauldron of Everything has a section in it.
How many collector's edition?
There's two in this
have on
house.
stream right now currently.
So guys, if you ever want to work at a board game store, this is why you do it. But here's the music. I got training montage music.
Great.
On. Okay.
So
Give it a little bit longer this time.
Our old gods are Hex and Wizards of the Coast.
yes. So there's 3 different subclasses that are less strong. So vote in our poll if you want him to be a spellcaster that'll have access to some spells, if you want him to be a warrior who's a fine fighter, or an expert that's good at support and skills. We can maybe round out some of the skills that are weaker amongst the rest of you.
Honestly, a frontline tank would be nice. A warrior would be nice.
Oh, people are loving expert. Oh, but
Yeah.
somebody got
Bronca energy in there.
Saying,
Everyone
like
should know
we
this
could
music.
really use a melee.
I don't know
character.
who Bronca is.
Be kind.
It has nothing to do with anything.
Please
None of
be
the players
kind to us.
can hear the
Chat.
music right now. It is super Pokemon. I'm just giving you guys that.
I love that.
It's
I played
feels like
I played
grinding.
Pokemon in my my game. Was that yesterday? Yeah. They had an encounter and I was like, wait,
I
need
do
to solve it in 30
remember
seconds.
when Psionic's clerical spells were.
Who's training them for these things? You guys think?
I think expert training would fall to our rogue
Yeah.
if it's expert.
No, all of you are training him in whatever he takes. You're
Okay.
each going to choose a different way to train him. So it's looking like expert. We've got only a little while left. Come on, guys, vote.
Give us more. No one's voted for spellcaster yet. I'm surprised.
I know.
Because we
Actually,
have them. We have spellcasters.
we're nothing but spellcasters largely.
Well,
Yeah,
that,
we're fine.
I
It'd
really
be
should have multi-classed as a
great
rogue as
trainers
well.
then.
Double rogue. That'd been fun. Ooh, someone got a spellcaster because I said that. Thanks. Whoever's
no.
listening to me.
No, stop! We need a fighter! You
Two
guys!
spellcasters. Nice.
Mad.
No warriors yet. We got one warrior.
All right.
So click.
Run
We're
out
down to
of
the line.
time.
Down to the
It's
line.
time.
Wow. Okay, John.
Wins.
Jesus, John. What was that noise? Here we go.
I'm just being. I thought it was fun. Maybe it wasn't. Never mind. Great. So they're training in experts, right? So you go to this arena and you're each going to show him something. Now, experts are good at skills, sneaking, helping, and working together. They've got a coordinated strike ability. What are each of you training him in? Obviously, there's a lot for Walker to teach,
Yeah.
but
And I'm probably going to teach him in sneaking. So I feel like out of everything, that's the best one for Walker to teach him.
great. So he tries to sneak, and he's garbage at it. He's like,
Ooh, baby. Ooh, darling. Ooh, darling.
well,
Here's the problem with this. I see you.
what's wrong? Well, yes, but how are you going to teach me if you can't see me?
And therein lies the problem, eh? Or maybe the solution. So, I'm going to watch you like a hawk. And you are going to do something without me knowing.
Oh gosh. All right. But what you are, this isn't teaching, this is browbeating. You're not giving him any skills, you're just yelling at him until he gets it right. Perhaps you should teach him something. Maybe don't just say sneak, maybe be like crouch and use your, right?
Like R3, wait for the eyeball to be a straight line.
Yeah, and then
keep
you
moving.
just crouch down, and then you just don't be seen. What do you not get about that? I'm gonna start shaking him if he doesn't get it right.
I want to move you apart and then try to teach him myself sneaking, if you don't mind.
Great.
I will show him. I mean, I draw upon a special magical bond, which I could lend him for a moment to do Shadow Veil, to help him, at least in his beginning, to understand what it is to be unseen, right? I'm
Great.
giving him easy mode.
Great. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion? Alright, I got that. Cool, that's a +7, so. Good, because it's a nat 20. I really needed that +7. Thanks.
Great. And he crouches and feels better about it, and this time he gets a 27 on his stealth because of your +10, and manages to sneak around, and he says, I was invisible! I mean, not invisible, but you didn't see me! I learned something!
All right, lesson number 2. Shut up while you're sneaking,
Oh,
because I can hear you now. But much better. Very much better.
Euclid and Strider have taught Fate something. It's time for one of the others to teach him something.
When you got ideas?
Yes.
Okay.
I would absolutely love to embed him with some of my elemental expertise.
Sure, in what way?
Just, I can't necessarily give him anything that would be close to my heart, like my abominations, but I may be able to give him a little bit of a spark.
Cool.
So I could see like Gwen just being like, so you gotta concentrate a little bit, and Gwen also being a little bit weirded out by the idea of somebody else kind of meditating with them.
Sure.
And then like kind of opening their eyes a little bit. So you wanna rub your hands together and see if you can get a little bit of something.
Great. So make a nature check, I guess, or survival.
Okay. Survival, it is. It is a 22.
All right. So he is amazed, right? And he goes, elemental abilities. I could use this. I could learn some of the arts of nature. This is amazing. I've always wanted to go out there and use abilities. I'm going to give him Druidcraft in addition to anything else he gets as he learns this. Mild magical abilities as you teach him this, and it's amazing. All right.
Nice.
Finally, Finn again.
Finn is going to teach him how to use at least simple weapons and light armor.
Great. So you're going to spar with him.
Yeah.
So he's got a short sword, which he's just thrilled with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a little shield. Did they get shields? No, they don't. No.
I don't think so.
He's got a little weapon and leather armor that he's gotten weaved onyx armor.
Good for him.
Very stylish.
And he's like, oh, okay, I'll fight you.
All right, now try to hit me.
Are you sure? I don't want to hurt you.
I'm very quick.
Ah! Boom! And he misses you.
All right.
Kick his ass, Finn.
No, I'm not gonna. That's not fair. Now you try to kick my ass. Do it again. This
Okay.
time, less yelling and more keeping your eyes on where you're trying to hit.
He goes, okay, it's going to be real hard to get to your ass, though. I'll ready my boots. And so he tries to run up behind you and kick you in the butt. He fails repeatedly.
Stop. It's a figure of speech.
Oh, God. I'm laughing.
Hey, let's try this. Why don't we all together try to help you do this?
No, you guys all got to do a thing. It's my montage time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought, Never mind. Sorry. All you.
Just one more time. Yeah. No, people, if you can't get this, then maybe I'm not the best teacher. Okay, yeah, now.
And he actually hits you in the chest.
Hey.
Well,
Ow.
I'm assuming your armor class is 18 or less.
It is 17, so yes.
Great. I did it! I got you! I'm amazing! I'm a great warrior!
You'll get there.
One of the best.
Alright, so he's going to be trained in 5 skills. Audience, why don't you all help us choose what skills he's trained in? Now, I think it's pretty clear that we've got stealth and nature between what's been determined already, right? So we're going to choose 3 more skills. We don't need to we can make a poll if we want, or we can, you guys can just bring it up in the chat. And if we see sort of 3 pop up, we like this, right? Having the chat help us build an NPC?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't his nose great, Proops? You gotta love Devren's little nose. All right, so audience, what other skills would we like to see him specialize in? And what's more, what 2 should he have expertise in?
Yeah, athletics.
Oh, crap. This is gonna be difficult for us to figure out how to do this.
We don't need to do a poll for this.
Okay. I was like, I can't.
I am
can't give you
proficient
12.
in athletics, so I could provide the training for that.
So we've got athletics, arcana, intimidation.
Yep.
That's from me. I show him my I don't know, I give a fiery eye inside of a cloak. He's like, oh Jesus, and he falls back terrified.
We'll give him blacksmithing tools as well as weaver's tools as his two tools.
Wow.
Everyone's down with intimidation.
Somebody said insight.
Ooh, good. We need that.
I have insight. I'm just not wise. I only have a +3.
Animal handling, interesting. All right, why don't we get 1 more, and then we'll do a poll, and the 3 winners of the poll, because we can do that with the poll.
That's true.
Will get grabbed. So let's get 1 more. Anybody have 1 more?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. All right. So are you ready to build that poll, Zeke? Yep.
Sidekick skills.
Oh, performance.
Oh, perception as well. I like that.
Great. So what are they again?
Athletics,
Okay.
arcana,
All right. Cool.
animal handling. Let me know when you're ready.
Whoops. Yes.
Intimidation,
Intimidation.
insight.
I can only do 5.
You want to do 5?
Yes.
Great. Can you get rid of animal handling and put in perception then?
Perception. Okay, and the next one was insight.
Insight, yeah. Athletics, arcana, intimidation, insight, perception.
Great. We're all set.
And you know what? The 2 that get the most votes will be his expertise.
Sorry. Oh, that was stupid. I was misspelling something very poorly, and I feel bad. Okay. All right. Here's a pool. Boom. All right, kids. Make your votes.
And there's the poll.
There it is.
Go to the polls. Oh, you want to see the polls?
I don't see the poll.
You have to press it down.
It's here somewhere. I swear. It's there. It's up.
I'm looking at it.
Everyone, there's a poll here. I would love to read a vote.
People are voting.
Oh, people are voting.
Well, let me reload my
Let's
Twitch.
see. Oh, yeah, actually, we have a...
There it is.
We have some pretty good votes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, intimidation is good, guys. Vote for something else, too. Thank you.
I'm seeing that
There we go.
that the raffle command is being a little funky.
Wow, this is the most votes we've had in quite some time. I'm very happy to have y'all participating.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Zeke,
What's up, Victoria?
I need you to block me out for 5 seconds.
Sure, I will block you out. Where? Hold on, I gotta find you
There's
first. Give me a second.
kitty
Emergency?
emergency going on.
You're invisible. Go for it.
All right, we're getting to the end. Right now, he's going to have expertise in intimidation and insight, and these will be his 5 skills.
Definitely intimidation and insight, it seems.
Ooh. But it could have been athletics. I can teach that.
Oh! Athletics has 2 now. So athletics and insight and intimidation.
Well, it'll be 2 are going to get expertise. That's what we're actually voting on right now. What if our audience says it's 3?
What's happened?
Then maybe he gets a bonus expertise.
That's your special. His name is Fate.
So he's getting expertise in intimidation, athletics, and insight.
Nice.
All right.
We are such great teachers.
You are such great teachers. Great. So he goes, wow, I'm going to learn how to be fast and strong and scary and good at reading people. Oh, what a glorious day. I can't wait to show all the dwarves at home how much I've grown. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll never see me again, and maybe that's for the best.
You never know.
Never know.
All right. Now it's time to travel to the lower depths and fight some Duergar, right? With your new companion, who's going to be helping y'all out. Cool? So, you start traveling underneath the city. Quickly, the glowing lava it goes away and it goes to pitch blackness. Now, some of you can see in the dark, some of you very well, but I believe 2 of you cannot. Do Ajamar have dark vision?
I used to.
I can never remember.
I have dark vision.
Okay, and do Tabaxi? I don't think they do.
Yeah, I do.
Do they?
Tabaxi, yeah, I'm a cat.
Yeah, but that was...
No, I have dark vision.
They do. Great. So all of you guys can see in the dark, so there's no need to set up light.
Imagine being a party of humans.
There's usually one, and then it's like, okay, we got to set up a light. So you're able to walk through the darkness. Now, there is a glow in the distance, and you see a clump of glowing mushrooms being gardened by flumps. Flumps are really super adorable little mushroom creatures. They're not mushrooms, but they look a little like mushrooms. They really look like harmless, lovely jellyfish, right? And they are quietly gardening these mushrooms. They don't seem to be harvesting them so much as hanging out with them. And their tentacles flurble about, looking adorable. That's a flump.
Flump.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're floaty jellies. And one of them turns and says, oh no, we seem to have been ambushed. It is certain death. Oh well, we accept our fate, evildoers. Please kill us.
What?
Do not torture us. We do not desire to be tortured. If you must kill us, please do so shortly. We are defenseless.
Nate, what is this?
I do not want to do the kill.
They're flumps, and they feed on vibes. And as been put, they are lawful good, little defenseless, adorable creatures, right? And they're here overlooking these magic mushrooms.
And why does it want me to kill it?
It wants you to kill it rather than torture it to death because it assumes anything they've run into down here is going to kill them.
Will not kill.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, little ones, but you're not going to die today.
Well, that's a good thing, I suppose. Or sorry, that was the wrong one. That is a good thing, I suppose. Or a bad thing. Are you going to torture us and steal our mushrooms?
Let me think. No. I thought about it. Does that satisfy you?
You are better beings than we are used to running into in these lower parts. Welcome and hello. In fact, your kindness fills me with a strange joy. One of you is allowed to eat one of our magically grown mushrooms. Who would like to partake?
I'll do
Alright,
it.
chomp on.
Alright, I'm in. I just grab one up and I down it. If you don't mind. If everyone's down with it, because I raised my hand first.
Yeah, you did. You did. Fair's fair. Fair's fair.
There. We don't see many.
All right, I
Well,
rolled
it squeaks when you bite it. Ugh.
Yep, and it puffs out some strange smoke, and eating it, you feel it's delicious, and a strange sensation crawls over your body, like your skin is all tingly, like it's in warm water. Will you roll a d4 for me?
Right, that sounds great. I will roll a d4. What I get? Got a 4. Oh, that's good.
Great. Your skin, much to the chagrin of your party members, suddenly becomes hot pink with yellow spots.
Oh, my favorite colors. Pink and yellow. Oh, this is great.
Great. And
So it's going to be a little harder to sneak around, eh?
you have been blessed by the glorious mushrooms and given a fungal hue.
Oh, this is great. It almost matches my hair.
Is that dangerous? We probably
There
should-
is no effect besides style. You may now show off your new style to the world. Deke, I'm absolutely expecting hot pink face paint with yellow spots next week, just so you know.
We'll throw that in there. Yeah, my entire skin will be pink with yellow. Let's see. Let's see how we do it. Sure.
Joke, it's a joke. You don't need to do that.
I have 26 feet. I have 26
you're
feet. Tune in. You're gonna see a
Hydrated.
hot pink ASMR, I swear.
Nice.
We'll be here.
Alright.
Thank you, my friend. Do you have a name, friend?
I am Flump.
All right, thank you, my little flumpy.
Oh my god, can I bring you with us? Will you join us for a moment? Just like a...
Oh, goodness.
We
I
are
am
going-
not of use in joining things, but perhaps I can aid you. If you are not here to torture and or murder flumps, you must have some other purpose.
Yes, we are here to protect some of these lands from some of these ne'er-do-wells, you know.
There are many
Duergar.
ne'er-do-wells down here. The Dark Elves, the Kuo Toa, the Mind Flayers, and the Duergar.
That's the one.
It's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Why do you wish to deal with the horrible mind masters?
We were subscribed.
I see. If that is your desire, I do know where a shrine to Ledugar exists, not far away, where they worship their god. Do you know much about the motives of the Duergar?
No, I would love to be enlightened, though.
Long ago, they were dwarves once, and then their people were enslaved by the Mind Flayers, and the rest of Dwarven society was not strong enough to save them. They eventually escaped, but they have always blamed the dwarves for leaving them to madness and torture. They have been affected by the Mind Flayers, given strange psionic abilities, and a deep and abiding hatred for those that are not themselves. They wish to overthrow the Dwarven Pantheon and make all dwarves suffer for the suffering they were forced to endure.
Good thing none of us are dwarves, right?
That's almost a good thing. So they're cursed?
So, sorry, say that again?
Is it so they're cursed?
They were feeding stock for the Mind Flayers. And they are not cursed so much as they are evolved negatively.
So they are just holding a grudge.
A massive, massive grudge.
Do you know the leaders of these Gurabar?
Duergar?
Duergar.
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 Duergar is how I've always said it, but maybe it's wrong. Duergar. So, there is a shrine to Ledugar, their dark god, nearby. There will certainly be some Duergar there, and you may face them.
Well, thank you so much, my flumpy friend. You have been such a big help.
I am pleased. In fact, I am so pleased I have decided to offer another one of you a taste of my delicious mushrooms.
I'm not turning pink.
It's so nice. You should give it a shot, man. You shouldn't just turn down because you don't know the color. I mean, like...
Nah. It's cute. It's cute on you. I wouldn't wear it.
I mean, I think it looked good on you. Come on, give it a shot. It might not just be pink, you know. It
No,
could be a lot of things.
I don't know.
What's wrong with being pink?
No,
Oh,
it just
bye,
wouldn't go
Carter.
with my claws.
Welcome to the hell zone where you can't see any of our faces. Sorry, everyone. Carter disappeared because
Does anybody else
modem
want
is
to
all messed.
eat? Does anybody else want to eat a mushroom?
Gwen,
welcome back, Carter.
Oh, Gwen loves.
Gwen,
fun guy.
roll a d10 for me.
Of course. Where are you in here? Where are you? And I got an 8.
An 8?
Yes.
Time stops.
Woohoo!
You are affected by the time stop spell.
Who? Gwen?
For 18 seconds, nobody else moves. Do you want to take advantage of this in some way?
Yes.
How?
So I am going to slightly unhinge Walker's jaw and put a mushroom in there, put it open, and then adjust Finn's cloak a little bit, and then just pat Euclid on the head, very softly, and then I'm good.
Great. Great. Walker, roll a d10 for me.
I got a 4. It's my
A
lucky.
4? Oh, Walker, are you ready?
No.
I'm just going to read this. Vocally, the character can only cluck and croon like a chicken. The creature can also understand and speak to chickens. This curse lasts for 1 hour.
Ooh.
And this is why I'm not first mate.
What was that?
I beg your pardon? Oh, Lord.
There are tales of my god going through a very similar thing. Oh my god. Do you want to, like, meet some chickens and, like, teach them the ways of, I don't know. I can't help you, but we could find you a chicken that could. Floof. Small floof. Is that what it's called? They're called floofs, right?
Plumps.
Flump.
Yes.
Yes. Do you know of a small bipedal bird that could barely fly nearby?
So the Flump says, indeed, we actually know of a group of Svrfneblin, which are deep gnomes that live not far away, and they do indeed have a chicken enclosure.
Wonderful. Could you take us to them?
Of course. Walk this way. And he floats gently down the corridor.
God, I can't. Does anyone know how to cast fly?
Unfortunately, the joke is impossible. So you follow to a group of deep gnomes who have built a lovely little city underground. It is a fungal paradise. The buildings are made from giant mushrooms. It is lit with glowing mushrooms. There are mushroom farms, and indeed chicken and rothe, which are like rothe. Rothe are underground cattle, ram, goats, underdark feeding and beasts of burden. And Svrfneblin says, "What is this then?" Sorry, that's not my accent for Svrfneblin. Give me a second. It belongs to the Nords. What is this then? What has brought you to our little city, our Funtopia? We do not see outsiders very often. Oh, for sure, we have many chickens, but the question is, why do you need to find a chicken? You've traveled to the Underdark to find a chicken? Oh, for sure, we have very fine chickens. That's a problem, I suppose. Can he only speak chicken?
Zeke, you're muted.
God damn it. Well, we'll come to we're merchants looking for a chicken. I have a friend who can speak chicken. Yes, of course, he can always speak chicken.
Well, very good. So we will bring you to the chicken enclosure. You are clearly friendly people, and this flump, you being in its presence, speaks well for you. If you need a place to stay while traveling here in the Underdark, you are welcome to Funtopia.
Thank you.
Kitos.
Great. So you're brought to the chickens, and the chickens go, "Ah, people!
Hey, it's okay.
Oh gosh, the cat! The cat speaks chicken! It clearly does so to eat us! Oh goodness, oh gracious me!
Now, I'm full, so it doesn't even matter.
But you would eat us!
I normally would not eat you if I could talk to you normally, but how are you guys doing, by the way? Do you like being chickens?
We know no other way of being, but this is a nice place. They feed us well. They mostly eat our eggs and rarely slaughter us, which, as we understand, is a pretty good life for a chicken.
Wow. Well, these free-range chickens, I don't know, the more I talk to you, the hungrier I get, actually. It's so strange. Tell me more about your free-range lifestyle.
Well, we hang out in this underground place and eat grain, and have lots of unfertilized babies that people eat.
So you don't move much, eh? So it's a nice amount of fat. Very plump. These are good chickens. I'm turning to you guys and just talking.
As a bird. So you're just talking us. This was a useful use of our time, I think. I think they're going to... He's going to acquire some, great knowledge.
Just want to eat the chicken.
What?
The rancher says, Oh, he's picked out a fine specimen of chicken. It would be very inexpensive. In fact, we'd be happy to brew it into a fungal stew for you. Chicken and mushroom is very, very popular here.
I'm kidding.
Just nod or shake your head. All right. Yeah, he's down with it.
Okay, very well. And the chicken says, "What are you all talking about? What's happening? What's going on?" And the rancher says, "Okay, come here," and picks up the chicken and brings it around a building to where there's a chopping block. And the chicken says, "Oh God! Oh no! Why? What's happening? No!" As its head is put on the chopping block, and thunk! It runs around for a little bit.
Oh
and then
my
dies.
god!
And then he plucks it and begins to make a stew. It smells delicious, but all the other chickens look very concerned. "Where is Roderick?" says one of the chickens. "Roderick!"
Wouldn't tell you.
The hour passes as they make a lovely meal, and you're able to eat the chicken that you spoke to. Very few people get to speak to a chicken before eating it.
You know, very few people get to talk to a chicken before eating it.
You made your choices.
And I honestly
talk to the chickens about, I don't know, the soil or something. We learned something about the Luke. You just chose a chicken, got to know it, and then chose to eat it.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever had goblin? You basically do the same thing. It tastes exactly like this. Have you not had goblin?
Are you?
We don't need to talk about this.
I've had goblin.
You've had goblin?
This is the first time we've had this conversation.
On accident. Because they had said, the person that I was staying with, they had said, "Oh, you know, there's no byproduct in there. It was goblin."
Yeah, it's the same thing.
You know, I don't feel like eating this one myself. You guys can enjoy.
Oh, don't worry. I'll eat it. Roderick is delicious.
Okay.
It is indeed delicious. In fact, it's so delicious, you are getting 8 temporary hit points. When is the raffle? Somebody asked.
We can call it at, let's say we'll call it at 12:30. So 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All
5
right.
minutes. So if you need to step away, go do it. Back.
Yep. All right.
Still celebrate you.
So, do you want to head to the Duergar shrine?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Duergar. All right. So you arrive and you hear chanting. You see around a great altar with it's a dwarven statue with the most awful, hateful sneer on its face and a terrible scar on its head, as though something tried to eat its brain. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the dwarves are around it chanting. There are several of them wearing leather armor and with no apparent weapons. Another few wearing heavy armor with blood-stained blades, and then several clear leaders who have purple energy emanating from their heads, and you can see their brains glowing from within their heads. They are leading this. This ritual. They are saying, "Let the hate fill you. Let it fill you, and we will take that to the dwarves. Make them suffer and die for the things they've done to us. Their cities shall fall, their contraptions shall rust and die, and we shall make their gods view their suffering."
I think I thought that this was going to be a little bit easier than it looks like right
Not gonna
now.
lie, I assumed there would be some semblance of infighting.
They were united with shared hatred.
Well, should we kill him?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I
right.
cast Sickening Radiance on the leaders.
Yeah.
Great. You're able to hit both Mind Masters. I lost my pencil. My pencil rolled away.
No.
I might need to go search for a
Always
pencil.
the one that says yes.
I was the guy.
Can we think about that for a second?
All right. Roll.
What?
Roll your sickening radiance damage while I go get a pencil.
I think that's why Finn asked you if you should kill them.
Honestly,
He
at
knows
this
he's
point,
gonna
I'm
get a
trying
yes.
to think like whinge.
Yeah, I asked,
Wait.
should we kill them? And you said yeah, so we're gonna kill them.
Yeah, but there's hair triggers here. There's boundaries that can be like brought up. Oh, Gwen's totally gonna say yes to murder, so maybe we don't ask Gwen. Maybe we ask him.
Ask anyone
Alright,
else.
What is the sickening radiance save?
It is, I believe it's a Constitution save. Let me double check. Constitution saving throw.
Great. They both fail.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, wait, they have advantage. They have advantage.
Okay.
One of them passes.
It's a 30-foot radius too. So does it get any of the other?
I'll say it gets the ones on the outskirts are the 3 leather wearers. We'll say it gets the stone guards as well.
Okay, great.
Let me roll for them.
Yeah.
One passes. One passes.
Great. So everyone that passes, they're fine.
Nothing.
Nothing. Everyone
Great.
that fails will take 27 radiant damage
Woo!
and a level of exhaustion.
God.
And technically, they'll take that at the top of their turn.
Great.
Also,
So
At the top of the
energy
next turn.
flows into them. Why don't we all roll initiative? And once we've got initiative together, we'll do the raffle.
Nothing's good about a grudge. I'm not saying murder's okay. I'm
Dwarves
saying
Duergar are going at 16.
We were hired to murder.
We were hired to murder, and we are pirates. I don't know
21.
why I feel bad about it all the time.
I heard
Also
a
at
20. Who had a
16.
20?
I got a
21.
1.
Gwen got a nat 20.
Actually, I gotta just go in the order of my screen. Strider and Winter, what did you get?
I got a nat 1, so 9.
Well, it's a 1 is last.
Yeah.
Great. What did you get, Gwen?
Gwen got a nat 20 plus 2.
Wow, Gwen goes first, maybe? What did Euclid get?
I got a 16.
16, I'll have you go before the Duergar.
Nice.
So that's Euclid. And then what did Finn get?
21.
With natural or unnatural?
I did not naturally roll a
Well,
21.
no, I meant, did you roll a 20? Did you roll
I
a
got a
natural?
17 plus 4.
Great. Great. All right. We'll begin this combat right after our raffle. I actually have to use the restroom, so I'm going to go run and do that while you handle the raffle. I'll
Wow,
be right back.
Tony! Montana, it looks like you have won a collector's edition of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. And look, we got that. Great. Please send me a whisper or a message. I will send one to you as well.
Also, give us a description of your player character at the moment, and I will be drawing a bust of them.
Oh, that's awesome. There will also be some other things in there, like some drink recipes and stuff like that. And if you guys are just following us right now, if you're watching and you wanted to join in and you didn't make it, that's fine. We do giveaways all the time. Please follow us on Twitch. Please follow us. Join our Discord. All the links are down in the doobly-doos. Just do that. We've had a good time. Don't go ahead. If you don't feel like subbing, then you can just throw some. There's a Ko-fi down there as well too. If you want to throw some.
We have
change in the
Ko-fi, we have
pot.
Patreon that we need to deliver on, but it's
Yeah.
hard to film in public spaces at the moment.
There's-
Given
There will be. And
the illustrious COVID-19.
this is a promise.
By
My-
illustrious, I mean terrible.
My former character was named Skimmerhorn, and they were a drunken master, and they used to make cocktails. And part of my the things we have is that I make cocktails available for everybody to have. You will see a few videos, at least on Patreon, possibly on YouTube, eventually, of those videos in a binging with Babish style, which you can enjoy.
Oh,
Tony,
I
thanks
didn't know
for
what
joining
the
us.
aspect ratio is gonna be. That's gonna be fun.
We got about waist height, and I'll be painted blue. We'll see how that works. Every part of my body you can't see right now is what you're probably gonna. Wait, that sounded weird.
Nice. Hot. All right, let's kill some Duergar. Gwen, There are 3 leather wielders, 3 heavy armor wielders, and 2 clear spellcasters. So, what do you want to do?
Oh, how high is that stone ceiling?
Stone ceiling is about 8 feet high.
Oh, okay. Let's continue to the trend that we have then. Just making sure that we keep hitting them with radiant damage. So we're gonna go with the moonbeam.
Great. So you summon forth a beam of moonlight underground that pierces through and burns. You can hit all 3 stone guards, 2 of the 2 mind masters, or 1 of the stone, or 2 of the leather wielders.
We're gonna go with the mind masters because you always go with the heaviest spell boy.
Great.
Let's see how that goes.
You can whisper.
They are both going to pass, unfortunately. I rolled really well. They'll still take half damage.
So they will be taking 6.
Great. One of them is at 33, the other is at 6.
Okay.
All right. That brings us to Finn.
Okay, great. Well then, fireball. I'm killing these mind masters. I'm not gonna let them hit us once.
Great. That fireball can hit both mind masters and all 3 stone guards.
Do it.
The less damage mind master passes. And then one of the stone guards passes. If they seem to be passing a lot, that is because they have magic resistance.
So those that fail will take 14. Those that pass will take 28. Wait, those that fail will take 28. Those that pass will take 14.
Great.
Sorry.
1 stone guard remains at 25. 1 mind master remains at 19. The other 3 burst into dragon fire, scream and writhe, and fall to the ground. Oh, I didn't do our friend Fate. Fate is actually going right now. He should have gone right before you. He is amazed. He goes, "You burned them alive!" Great. Fate is going to use 2 help actions. His first action, he's going to point and say, "There's a weak spot right over there," to Strider. And then he's going to say, "Hit him hard!" to Euclid, pointing at another one. You both have advantage in your first checks you make in your turn.
I don't know how that works because I'm using hypnotic pattern to hold them in the same space.
So you retain it.
Cool. I'm using hypnotic
who are you using that on?
The people who were affected by the stink cloud.
That's the single remaining Mind Master and the single remaining Stoneblade, yeah?
It's anybody in that area. If I hold them all in the same place, the
I
next
fried
round...
the rest.
Yeah, you fried the rest. Yeah.
Cool.
So the Mind Master passes.
Dang.
And the Stone Guard, what is it? What kind of save is it? This is on the
Wisdom.
edge. Fails. If it had been Constitution, it would have passed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Stone Guards, 1 remains and is hypnotized. The Mind Master is going to see Strider, Walker, and say, "Feel the wrath of the Duergar! Let your mind melt!" Make a DC 12 intelligence save, Walker.
Is this one of those saves that I get advantage on?
No.
It's a check that I get advantage on.
What? Right.
As the help action.
The help action is an action you take.
That is. You said a what? Intelligence?
DC 12 intelligence save.
Ooh, well, that's a 3.
You feel the essence of the psionic energy fill you, and you feel your brain melt and twitch, almost as though something is awakening in you at the same time that your brain is being taken over. You feel your body curl and seize. You turn and run at Euclid and slash at him. Make an attack roll at Euclid.
Woo! Sorry, buddy. Well, maybe not. That is going to be 14.
You hit me.
Oh, you are so easy.
All right.
Squishy boy. I'm a squishy boy.
Surely you're fine.
The good news is you don't get your sneak attack, so you're doing just a straight up D8 plus your dex.
It's going to be. That's 12 damage.
12.
Great.
Ah, my robe. What? Ah, come on.
The three unweaponed leather wielders gesture, and purple and blue blades of pure mind energy coalesce around their hands, and they rush at Finn and slash at him. Finn, what's your armor class?
17.
Great. 3 soul blades strike at you, but they each mark you. Little purple energy appears on you. You've been hunter's marked by all 3 of them. 2 of them are going to hit. Each hit does 10 damage.
You said 2 hits?
Correct. As you're slashed by the soul blades.
That's not nice.
The stone guard is hypnotized. All right, that brings us to Strider in winter.
Strider in winter. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. But I don't like whoever did that to me take over my mind. So how far away?
You can reach any of them. Do you want to get that Mind Master?
I do want to get the Mind Master. I'm going to... Can I hide first?
You can. Make a stealth check. Difficulty is 10.
Great. Alright, I passed. I rolled a 12.
You're very hidden.
Very
so you sneak up over to the Mind Master, and you feel a strange feeling overwhelm you.
I'm gonna ignore it as I attack.
You think to yourself that you feel something strange in your claws as you're about to attack, and as you look at your claws, beams of purple-black energy extrude from them.
Oh, I wanted to ignore this. Oh, God. Oh, no.
You could claw him instead of attacking.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Great. So, make an attack roll. Something. The Duergar touching your mind with their Illithid-based psionics has awakened something in your mind.
What am I adding to this?
So you're rolling a dexterity-based attack roll.
Yeah?
And it's going to do d6 plus your dexterity and damage.
Alright, so I got a 16 to hit.
Great. You hit. You slash into the Mind Master, so roll d6 plus your 4d6 sneak attack damage. Plus your dex, which I believe is 5.
Is 23 damage. Wait.
The Mind Master falls. He had 19 remaining, and you claw him. The blades disintegrate from your hands, and you think to yourself that you could focus on this. Walker, you had previously discussed with me becoming a soul blade. This is the universe potential reason for doing so. All right, Guinevere.
Alrighty, let's go help a buddy with my signature capacity of just shooting lightning at things.
You summon forth a storm cloud underground with green and purple lightning, dream energy inside. And it slashes down. You want to hit all 3 soul blades?
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
I owe Strider in winter so much at this point.
All 3 fail.
Ooh. Awesome. Let's see how that goes. 18.
18?
Yeah.
Each of them has 18 hit points.
Oh.
So all 3 soul blades are shocked by lightning and fall to the ground dead,
Oh, goodness.
leaving just a single stone guard, hypnotized, remaining. You could tie him up and bring him back as a prisoner.
Because he's in the stink cloud. Doesn't he take 27 damage at the end of his round?
at the start of his turn.
I would
if they
re-roll
did
it, but considering it's technically for anyone, so once the Duergar Mindmaster was like dead, I dropped it.
Oh.
I don't need to maintain concentration on it.
Fair.
Yeah,
Great.
it's
I
fine.
think we should tie it up. I want to know more about what just happened to me. Y'all saw that, right?
I saw you run into an area that might as well have had a giant piece of tape that said "Do not enter. You will get hurt." And you're very lucky that you didn't get hurt, and that might not happen again next time. So, if like there's a weird, sickening green glow and my eyes are rolling back, don't go there.
You know, I'm used to you throwing fireballs.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
I think I remember you doing something else, but
No.
bleeding.
I
as a
never did
fever.
anything else
Mm.
ever
don't,
before.
as a favor,
Ah.
also, don't hit me again. Thanks.
I
guess,
don't
the
know.
Second or third time you've done this, where
What
you like,
was that?
I don't. It just happened. I don't even. You survived.
I just bought this cloak. Like, I literally bought it, and then I took it off, and we went down here, and it was cold, so I put it back on. And then you slashed it, and I'm just being honest with you.
Fate, do you think you can, for my friend, my good friend here, do you think you could maybe repair this?
I don't know if you can knit it back together. Sorry, Fate.
I thought he has like other weaving abilities. You could.
What exactly do you want me to weave?
You know, you can thread this back together. This gash here, or patch it up, something.
The damage you did, the person you killed?
No. To the coat.
My coat.
Oh, of course. And he says it'll just, it's hard to do while you're wearing it, but I'll do it when we rest next.
Just fucking take it. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's put a rush on that.
You feeling all right, Euclid? Could you use a little pick me up?
Well, no, I'm fine. You're it's
sure?
all good. Yeah.
You positive?
Like, what is? Yeah, I'm fine. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
I pat him on the back and I cast Cure Wounds at first
shit.
level.
Right.
Aww.
Because I have a ring of spell storing that had Cure Wounds. I'm not a Radiant Soul Sorcerer. I do not have healing magic. That is minimum of 6.
All right, that's fine. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the help. I told you
Great.
not to. What are you
So,
doing?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You
Look at that.
search the area.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Specifically the Mind Masters.
Great.
I poked through his mind.
Great.
Poke through his
So-
pockets.
And somebody has to tie up this guy, right? I'm gonna tie him up so we can bring him back.
All right.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Thought so. What is up with these rolls? Sleight of hand is 12.
Great. Great. Good to know. 12 total.
12 total.
Great. So, meanwhile, Finn,
Yes.
you find that one of the Mind Masters had a vial of illithid blood on it.
Whoa.
And this vial is a focus. It is a shard of the Far Realm. Do you have a Tasha's Cauldron?
I do.
Why don't you go to page 127?
Well, what page was that again?
127 in this fabulous book that now Tony Montana also will be getting a copy of.
I love when we get new toys. Oh, that looks fun.
Love new toys.
Do I get to choose which elemental essence it has?
You are looking at Elemental Essence Shard. Directly beneath it is Far Realm Shard.
Uh-huh. There it is. I'm putting that in my pocket.
Great,
Just slipping it in.
great.
That's mine.
That's what is found on the Duergar, a psionic connection to the Far Realm that allows, we'll see what it does when you use it next. Meanwhile, there's this vast statue. Now, if you wanted to really get credit with the dwarves, you could find a way to not only bring this prisoner, but move this statue. Or is anybody strong enough? Does anybody have a trick to moving it?
What is the statue made out of?
Stone.
Wait,
No.
could we make
I was
the
gonna say Vic has no tricks. Gwen has no tricks.
stone guy that is our prisoner move it for us?
He's probably not quite that strong.
Oh.
Actually, can everybody make perception checks for me?
Or
I'm gonna use my one reroll.
Wait,
I got a 14.
Wait, Vic gave me. Didn't you give me advantage like
Yes, I
forever
did.
ago? Great, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Cause you're dumb. I'm just kidding.
I'm not the smartest. I got a 12.
18. You are a sweet boy.
did I hear anybody get a 17 or above?
I feel like there was a really great I got an 18. I feel like there was a very good I can't remember, there's a TikToker that came up with the term for like cute small himbos. Wait, do you remember what it's called?
Oh, it was
That's so specific.
similar to bimbos, but it was with boy. Oh fuck.
Tiny Timbo.
Slimbo?
Oh.
I said I'll come up with it. I'll bring it up.
Great.
But like I totally gave it.
The walker's knots were not good enough, and the stone guard has almost escaped.
Almost.
I
You
got it.
barely catch him. You barely see him as he's about to escape. Gwen, do you want to? He's about 60 feet away, almost out of the tunnel complex that you're in. Do you want to do something about it?
60. 60 was the number we used.
Mm-hmm.
Dashing forward.
Great. So you run forward, summon forth a whip of pure thorn, and lash it out. That's an attack roll, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it is. And let's see how I do. Holy crap! I got a 10.
It clangs against his armor as he almost escapes. He's going to be 90 feet away by the time the rest of you are able to notice this. Anybody have something they can do about this when he's 90 feet away?
Yeah, I can just activate my tabaxi speed and run up and attack. Run up and not attack.
All right. You're all the way up next to him. He's at 25 hit points. You can just choose to knock him out if you're able to deal that much damage. Why don't you roll an attack with advantage? We're going to give it to you from just the sheer momentum.
Yeah.
That is 17.
Total damage or to hit?
17 to hit.
Great. That is a miss, but I'll let you fall prone to succeed at a cost.
I'll fall prone.
Great. So you leap forward with such speed that you smash at him, but then fall to the ground. Roll that damage. Remember that. So you're rolling your D8 for your weapon, and then 4D6 for your sneak attack.
That's gonna be. That is 29 damage.
Great. That is. He had 25. He's knocked unconscious.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Nice.
All right.
I put you down. You stay down.
Great. So, do you guys have some way to figure out moving the statue? Do you want to just like break some of it and bring it back as a trophy? Like bringing back just the head could work?
Yeah. I'll take that.
Great. Who wants to break off the head? That's an athletics check or an attack roll?
I'll do an attack roll. I'll use Eldritch Blast to break through it. Which comes out as like a sonic vibration this time. We'll see if it works or not. I get 2 shots at it. One is a 17, the other one is a 16.
Both blasts hit, shearing off the head, Oddjob style, and it falls to the ground.
Nice.
Easy enough to carry.
Sweet.
You return to the Dwarven city.
Mm-hmm.
When you pass through the lower gate of the Dwarven city, the dwarves are shocked to see you. They assumed you were going to die. And they see the trophies you brought and the prisoner you brought, and they're all talking. They're all like, my goodness, look at this. Oh my gosh, right?
You thought we would fail?
They say, oh, no, of course not. They clearly did. and you bring the prisoners to the Legion, and the Legion officer says, "You've done some great work, more than we could have possibly expected. Destroying an entire group of Duergar cultists is no laughing matter. We are very pleased with what you've done here. In fact, the Magistratrix wishes to meet you this evening. She wishes to have you for dinner. I mean, not to eat, you understand. She wishes to have you over for dinner. But in the time being, I've been instructed to give you all magical items from our vaults. 2 of them, in fact, for defeating what you've done. 1 for the prisoner, 1 for the trophy. Why don't you all decide who should receive these items? All right, chat. You're gonna vote.
Gonna do a vote.
4 of them over which of the two leading votes will receive magical items.
Ooh, okay.
From Dwarven vaults.
Who's getting a magic item?
Apparently, sometimes murder's fine.
And yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Every once in a while,
I say this in my Morrigan hoodie.
Yes.
Ooh, that's. I'm about to say.
Indeed, it seems to me that the roasted vegetable tomato sauce with some yummy capers and olives will probably be the dinner. If Proopy, would you be so kind as to message me that on Discord, so we can make sure that that's the dinner next time?
Yes.
The roasted vegetables, delicious.
Thanks, Proops. Always such a wonderful person to be.
Drew is a wonderful DM on Chasing Tails.
Yes.
Yes.
Please give Chasing Tails a follow if you're following us. They're worth it. And they're worth your time. They're wonderful people.
Lovely. And I'll be showing up on there in a couple weeks' time.
Oh, so excited. So excited. Mm-hmm.
Proops cute as hell.
Of course you are.
And yes, Proops is also cute as hell.
Thank you. Of course. But everyone here is cute. But Prue's extra cute.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm excited to see the emotional session.
Yes.
Speaking of sessions tomorrow, we probably aren't. I don't think we're doing our indie game tomorrow. We'll be doing it next week, definitely. Just giving you guys a heads up while we're waiting here. Let's see. Yeah.
I had a feeling not, because I was like, I feel like I would be told what kind of a character to make.
Yeah.
By now.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
We might be collaborating with a certain publisher next week.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know doing them.
I'm excited. we need one more vote at least.
Yeah.
That is true.
Pardon my delay.
I mean, Euclid and Gwyn could have joint custody of second place.
Or
magic.
maybe our audience has decided on 3 people getting a vote. I mean, 3 people.
That's true.
I mean,
Or you guys
that is very canonical.
vote for the other 2 of them.
oh no, it looks like our audience has decided. Oh,
your
I'm so sorry, John. It wasn't up to
3
me.
magical items are given out. Finn,
Yes.
they have for you a draconic scale used by dragon sorcerers. You have Tasha's. So
Yes.
on page 122, there's a Bloodwell vial. This acts as a +2 Bloodwell vial.
Okay.
Gwyn,
Huh?
they have a gift from some of the druids of Galabras that they have no use for, an old gift from when Galabras was a much larger town. It is a moonsicle, which sounds like a delicious frozen sack, but is in fact a magical druid item. If you've got Tasha's, it's on page, where are you? Page 133.
133, you say?
It's a +2 moonsicle.
Delicious.
Right? Doesn't it sound delicious?
Mm-hmm. I'll eat that.
Then, Euclid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a Rod of the Pact Keeper?
I don't think so.
they're going to give you a +2 Rod of the Pathkeeper, which is in the Dungeon Master's Guide. It gives you, it lets you use an action to reclaim a Warlock spell slot.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty
it
good.
is probably the best.
Also, it adds
item.
2 to your attack and damage rolls.
I can do
2 to your
that.
attack rolls, and spell attack rolls, and 2 to your spell save DCs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we will begin next week visiting with the Magistratrix
Woo!
of Khark-Ghastôn.
Look at
So
that.
excited.
All right, that was our session this evening. Welcome to the beginning of Season 4. This is just the beginning of exploring the civilizations and folks of the Frozen Wastes.
Hi guys, it's me, Carter, or Finnegan, or Editor. Whatever you want to call me. First off, I want to thank you on behalf of the whole DDnD team. It means a lot to us that you're watching our content on YouTube. It's super cool. So please be sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell and all the other YouTube stuff that you're supposed to do. Second off, I do want to say, if you enjoyed this episode and you found yourself being like, oh man, that was cool, but I sure wish I could have been a part of that conversation and helped decide where the party should go, you can. You can watch us for free on Twitch every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We are simultaneously on the twitch.tv/Dice Drinks and Drama channel and the twitch.tv/DND channel. Wizards of the Coast is hosting us. It's awesome. So those links are down below, along with a whole bunch of other cool stuff that everyone on the team is making. Vic's got a module. Devren's got a podcast. I may have something eventually, and I'll put it down here, along with our Patreon. It's super cool. There's a couple tiers, lots of exclusive content, and yeah. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.